Hi everybody, this is Crystal Carver, and this is my introduction. I'm currently a 5th grade teacher, and I teach science and social studies at Jasper Middle School in Jasper, Georgia, which is in Pickens County. I have been teaching for 19 years, and I've taught I've actually taught all elementary until this year, and we've actually reconfigured our school, and I'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes. So I'm going to talk about the interesting and personal professional insights of myself and memorable creative issues, and the most and least favorite aspect of engaging in diversity and equity issues. Okay, I didn't want to bore you with all of my degrees and where I've been and what I'm doing, so I wanted to tell you about a story from when I was a child. I have an aunt who is a very talented painter, and she has been painting longer than I have been on this planet. And when I was young, she taught students in the studio that she had behind her house, and she taught them gave them art lessons. So my brother and I both went and took lessons from her, and one of my favorite things that I remember about this is we used to get to go to a nearby store and get snacks after we dropped our book bags off at her house, and then come back and we would get to paint. So she taught me so much about painting. We used oil paints on canvas, and so I've got a lot of pictures from the time that I took lessons from her, and that's just one of my creativity stories that I have, and that was something that I will never forget. So this year, with my job, we actually went from an elementary school to a middle school in the building that I'm at. We had the option to go to an elementary school and teach kindergarten through 4th grade, but some of us who had been at this same school for several years and who had had experience with 5th grade decided to stay. So we have had to become truly creative because we've never had 5th and 6th grade together, and 5th grade is not really considered to be a middle grade. So we've had to try to figure out how we can incorporate elementary and middle and kind of find a happy medium that will satisfy students, parents, and the faculty. So we've done a lot of interesting stuff in that aspect. All right, teaching 2 subjects is not easy, and especially when you're so worried about teaching all the standards. There are so many standards in social studies and in science, and both those subjects have to be taught within a 90-minute class period. So since we have so much emphasis placed on state testing, I often struggle to incorporate any kind of creativity because it seems to take more time than what we would call the regular curriculum. So I feel like I have to cover all of that material, and there's so much pressure before we start the state tests, so there doesn't seem to really be enough time to teach the standards in a creative way and make sure that all of them are taught. Okay, my most favorite thing about diversity and equity issues, I love to see students from varying backgrounds be successful in the classroom. And it's also great to see students who are new to the gifted program, maybe they were tested this year at the beginning of the year, start to blossom and grow, and they really find their niche. And they become more successful because they're being challenged. All right, my least favorite thing is I work in a county where there aren't very many ethnic groups. We have some Hispanic learners, we have a few Asian learners, and that's about it. So I know that there are probably some Hispanic learners within my county who are being overlooked because of race or maybe a language barrier. So hopefully with all the stuff that I'm learning from the classes that we're taking for this degree, I will, be able to help other teachers to identify these children and be able to identify them better myself. So I look forward to this class. I really like how Dr. Grantham presents information because I had him over the summer, and I look forward to learning a lot of new and different stuff.